Hi all. Let's talk about hats, baby. Let's be serious. Okay, so let's talk about hats and my prep and how I customize things that I've learned. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing that I've learned is about where to get hats from. Now, I know a lot of people will say they get their hats from many places. Funny story, where I get the hats and they're really good, they're from my hair store. Beauty Mecca. They're only $3.99 each. I really like them. I like the quality. I do this a lot because that's the next subject. I know a few people get their hats from Dollar Tree. Nothing's wrong with that. Wherever you want to get your hats from, that's fine. My issue with the Dollar Tree hats is because they don't have that support right here. See, when you see that white inside, that's that support, like a helmet. And that is good for when you're applying your adhesive, your paint, your rhinestones, because the Dollar Tree hats, they cave in or they'll have those dents, and I don't like that. Now, if you want to still use the Dollar Tree hats, nothing's wrong with that, but then you will want to get one of these. Say hi. I call her Mannequina. This is good so that when you get your hats, whether it's Dollar Tree hats or not, it's good to have it combed onto here. See that? And then you paint, you bling it, you use your glue how you need to, and then you leave it on there till it dries so that it can stay in that dome form. Because if you just have it on there when you're blinging, and then you take it off and then you let it dry, that's when it'll have that chance to do that cave in or the dent thing, and you're gonna hate that. So like I said, I have my Mannequina. And this is how and it's also good because I had to learn the hard way. I would bling for hours and I would be holding what I was blinging in one hand, and it doesn't seem like it's going to take a toll, but eventually it'll take a toll, and you'll have the issues like me, and I have nerve issues now because you don't realize it. Say you're doing a tumbler, you holding that tumbler 2, 3, 4 hours in that one way, and you're holding it in like a dead grip so that you don't drop it, and eventually it'll take its toll. I also have these. I got these off of Amazon. There were 2 of them for I think $7, so I'm able to lock it onto my desk and have my girl in it, and it doesn't move, and then I'm able to turn it how I want. And like I said, I really think you should get one of these, but that's on you. And like I said, as far as with my hats, the reason why I prep them is because that material is no different than the Converse shoes and stuff like that. I know you're like, what are you doing, T? I'm going to show you now. The longer it stays there, the more it absorbs. And then you'll realize, see what I'm saying? And I know you're going, so what? This is the same as if you use your glue. You'll put your glue on there, and then you'll start blinging, right? And then it dry, and then you're able to plop those stones off. Do you know why? Because it just did what I just showed y'all. It absorbed that water. It does the same thing with glue, so you'll want to prep that. I love using paints that are all surface, not all purpose. All purpose stuff is not good. All surface, and I like that because that's specifically what it means. That means I could put this on a hat, a bottle, a tumbler, and it's gonna attach to that surface like I need to. All purpose, no, you will fail with that. So I will always say go for multi-surface paints as well as adhesives. And so like I said, I will hit this, and yes, whatever colors, like if I'm using the black hat, I use my black paints. I do 2 or 3 coats to prep it. Same thing with this. I'll use my pink on it. I have every color paint. And once you do that, and you'll have like 2 layers, and then you'll do the same thing with that water, and it's just running off there. It's not going to get absorbed in that hat. You see how I did that? I could keep pouring water. It'll keep being absorbed in there. And that's why you want to prep that hat. And once you've prepped it and that water's just not staying on, it's just running off and it's not, you know, absorbed in there, that's when you want to hit it with your adhesive and the glue, because then it's going to stick. And then when you try to pop them blings off, it's like, nah. Now that's if you want to use adhesive. Now, if you want to use hot fix stones, I'm going to just show you the ones I have out already. I know, gorgeous. And you just want to use your hot fix tool, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, let me see where that hat is at. I had started on this hat while I was on vacation. And I brought my hot fix tool and I did my live and I showed step by step how I did this just using my hot fix tool. And I didn't finish it, y'all, but I'm going to finish it. I already told you. And so, yeah, if you want to use your hot fix tool, there you go. You can just go straight on there with it. You don't have to do any prep. There we go. You can throw this sucker, it can get wet, whatever, and you're fine with it. But again, if it's those hats that sink in, you will still want to, and say you don't want to get this dome thing. All you have to do is just have a hat, just a one that does have that support there, and then take your hat that doesn't have that support, put it on top of that hat. See how it cups it, and then bling that hat out like that. But it has to have support, because if not, and it has to have support while that adhesive needs to dry, because if not, it's going to cave in. Trust me, it's going to cave in, and you're going to be upset. Now, where's the other hat? Now, say you have a hat, and it's not like the Dollar Tree hat or the hats from the hat store. See how this hat already have a name on it? I still use hats like this. Why? Because you know your bling could cover this. Okay? And a lot of times I'll do my hats with, because I always have braids, and I like my ponytail. So for that, what I do is, do you see where that seam is right here? I put the hat inside out. And then I specifically go with the seam so that it doesn't, you know, look messed up, and it still stays right here, adhered to the top. Both of those. And then once I take that, see where it is right here, where they already have that little line, I cut right above that so that I can flip that over, and I'll either use my hot glue, or I'll use, you know, the little clamps that you used to use back in the day. I'll clamp it down, and I'll have my E6000, and that's when I'll have it permanent like that. But say it's the other hats, and you just want the little circle part to maybe pull your ponytail out. To tell you the truth, that's the easiest way to do. You literally get you a small round, take a little top like this one, put it like that, do your little circle with your marker around, you cut that circle out, and then you fold it back so that it goes around, and that's it. That's how you do a ponytail hat. 2 different ways. I just want to do a quick video, like I said, talking about hats, prep, and everything. And this is with E6000, of course. This is just me showing you how, you see how that all I did was put that surface on there, and then I got the E6000. Trust me, look. See how easy it is to take the stones off? Because there's nothing stopping that. You understand? Once you put that glue on there, and that more of the glue gets absorbed in the fabric, that means it's a thinner layer that you actually have to hold the stones on. And then nah, it's just like, bye. Look, I can keep taking them off there. I just wanted to show you all that right quick. And then I know you go, why would you go through all the trouble of that? Because there's another thing. Because these are hot fix stones, right? And if I did a thin layer of glue, apply my hot fix stones, and then hit them suckers with that heat, oh, they're gonna lock in. So then I wouldn't have to worry about the paint prep. See what I'm saying? But it has to be hot fix stones, and you have to heat the stones up. You can't just apply hot fix stones and use adhesive and be like, okay, magically it's going to work. No, the hot fix stones have to have that heat to ignite that adhesive underneath there for it to lock onto that glue. And then, woo, woo, woo. So, there we go. I hope I helped. If anybody ever has any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I promise I'll answer them as soon as possible. Okay, bye all.